All right, next up, we are talking about the 1978 movie Rock and Roll High School featuring the Ramones. Rock and Roll High School is about a girl named Riff Rapkin who is played by a 29-year-old. To great effect. This movie is super campy and really fun. Just to give some context, the movie Animal House with John Belushi about the frat house came out the year before, and this was kind of the studio trying to capture that magic in a bottle again, partnering with the Ramones as the rock band playing themselves in the movie. And the story mostly follows a girl named Riff, who is obsessed with the Ramones and keeps pirating her school's public address system to play their records that makes the whole school break out in dancing. It's just really over the top and ridiculous. And her best friend is like a high school nuclear scientist. And then there's kind of a Van Wilder character played by Clint Howard that when you watch this movie and you see what Clint Howard's character is doing in it, I think most specifically is the basis for what Matthew McConaughey does in his performance in the much later film Dazed and Confused. But also, I would argue Clint Howard's performance in Rock and Roll High School is probably the motivation behind Matthew McConaughey's entire persona. Just watch the movie and give me your feedback if you agree. Interesting thing, I don't want to give too much of a spoiler away, but the movie does involve a public building exploding as a positive plot point. Interesting to see and to consider how that ages. I thought this movie is definitely fine for ages 15 and up. If your kid can handle a bunch of movies, there's not a lot of cursing, there's no nudity, there's no sex. It's fun and campy, but keep in mind it's the cultural sensibilities of 1978. So if that's something you're sensitive to, check it out for yourself before you put it on in front of the kids. Highly recommend this movie. It's a ton of fun. The Ramones play themselves. They play a bunch of their music within the film. There's a bunch of other great song and dance numbers throughout the piece. A lot of great set pieces. This movie is produced by Roger Corman, who for decades did help produce and get a lot of independent movies made in California, and it's just like a big name in American cinema history. So really check this one out, and if you enjoy this movie Rock and Roll High School, a few others I recommend that you check out is, again, I mentioned it earlier with Matthew McConaughey. This is a role that really launched his career. It's called Dazed and Confused. Another one I recommend is Wild Style, and that's kind of about the late 70s and the graffiti movement popping off within New York City. Another great one that I feel is in the same spirit as Rock and Roll High School is Valley Girl with Nicolas Cage. And also Earth Girls Are Easy with Jeff Goldblum and Jim Carrey. I think if you like Rock and Roll High School, you will like all these movies as well.